My name is Andy Picariello, and I own this 1950 K2 Allard sports model. I've owned the car since 2003, and when I acquired it, it was a complete basket case, completely apart in parts in 5 different locations. Well, this is not my first Allard. My first Allard was a J2, which was a competition model, which I still own. I purchased it in 1963, 6 months after I got married. And it was in St. Louis, Missouri, and the price was $500, which was probably appropriate for a beat-up old race car. I didn't have $500. I think I was making $80 a week then. And I asked my father for a loan of $500. And he said, "What do you want the money for?" And I said, "I want to buy an old race car." And he said, "Well," he said, "I'm a plumber and I do plumbing. If you want money, you go to the bank. That's what they do." So I went to the bank, local bank, and the bank manager knew my father because my father banked there. And I told him I'd like $500 loan. And he said, "What do you want the money for?" And I said, "I want to buy an old race car." He said, "Well, okay, fine, wait here." So he came back in a few minutes with the loan documents. And before I signed them, I looked at them, and the reason for the loan was home improvements. And I said, "Well, sir, I don't own a home. I'm a renter. I want the money to buy an old race car." And he said, "If I put that reason down, you would not get the money. Just sign here, you'll get the $500. Well, when I got it back from St. Louis, a friend of mine and I went out to pick it up. His family owned a heavy equipment company, and so they had complete repair facilities. And so the car went there, and the two of us worked on the car for a couple of years until we got it ready to go on the road. And then I raced it for a number of years with the Vintage Sports Car Club until finally it got to the point where I felt the car was worthy to be professionally repaired. And so I gave it to a professional restorer, and he had the car for almost 2 years. And I got it back as a completely restored, mostly authentic automobile. I did go into the history of the car, and it raced at Pebble Beach in 1951, raced and finished. And then the second owner took the Ford engine out and put in the Chrysler Hemi and raced it for a number of years through the Southwest. And I have pictures of that car racing against Carroll Shelby, who was racing an Allard also. And the two of them competed with each other. And Allards are the father of the Cobra, because this is what gave Carroll Shelby the idea to put an American V8 engine into an English car. Well, most of the cars that Allard built were family sedans, and that's where he made the money. But he was a racer. And the competition cars and the sports cars were really his first love, but I don't think he made much money with them.